So the best case scenario is largely what we thought. Maybe he gets a regular season game or two in ahead of the playoffs coming back from that PCL sprain. That doesn't leave a lot of time for him to get back and get gelling with these guys before the playoffs start. Not to mention the guy hasn't played since January. Sain, I'll start with you. Any concerns about the Grizzlies trying to get this all together either right before or during the playoffs?
Oh, none at all. I don't care when they bring him back. Get Steven Adams back on the court as soon as possible. I will be the first to admit I undervalued how much Steven Adams means to this team. And seeing us without him, how much we struggled in certain areas, I need this guy back on the court. I don't know if you guys remember when Michael Jordan retired, and Scottie Pippen had a pair of Jordans, and he pointed at his shoes saying, come back soon. I don't know what the equivalent that would be for Steven Adams, but somebody needs to do that to get that man back soon. I don't care if they do it like hockey. They bring him back in the middle of a game, ain't even got to be a dead ball. Just put him in the game. I don't care how many regular season games he plays. We need Steven Adams back. I think he makes so many things better. A lot of struggles we're seeing with John Morant lately, those will be alleviated. If we're having games where we're missing shots, he's going to get so many offensive rebounds. Get that man back on the court. I don't care if he has a one-more game at all. Put him in cold, put him in frozen, put him in barely moving, no pulse. I don't care. Get Steven Adams back on the court.
Now, I will say, though, we've been talking about how Steven Adams will be the cure-all for a long time. We've seen some issues that are maybe he can't fix quite everything. CJ, do you have any concerns that maybe Steven Adams comes back and all is not immediately well for this team?
No, because of the role that he plays. Steven Adams is a hustle guy. He is a glue guy. When you think about what Steven Adams' game is, it's setting screens, it's rolling to the brim hard, it's getting rebounds, the backdoor lobs, those types of things. You don't necessarily need a whole lot of games to get back into a rhythm. So I'm with you, Anthony. You throw Steven Adams into that game, into the rotation, and he immediately makes an impact for you because of the unselfish style of play that he has. And so when you have a player who is unselfish like Adams is, it's easier to get them into the rotation. And I'm just saying, Anthony, if you and I throw on like the Steven Adams little shirt or whatever,
it might be the Hawaiian shirt,
and just tell him, come on through, come on, Steven, come on
do
back.
Do a hockey dance or something. I don't know, man. We got to get Steven back out there, though, for sure.
Yeah, you do. But in the meantime, there's been a guy that really has been lighting it up for the Grizzlies. Cool Hand Luke was a little icy today, just 2 of 7 from deep. But
just 2 of 7.
But coming into this game, he was shooting 54% in the 22 games since being acquired back in February. In fact, that is the best 3-point stretch of any Grizzly in 22 games ever. I mean, CJ, I'll start with you. This guy was initially seen as an around-the-edges move. 2 second-rounders and Danny Green got it done. Obviously, King Kleiman coming through once again with the deadline acquisitions. But at this point, is this guy going to be a difference maker in the playoffs?
Absolutely. And the moves that you make around the fringes, oftentimes those are the difference makers in the playoffs. And when you think about what Kennard can do for you shooting the ball and also being a bit of a playmaker off the dribble, off the shot fake, put the ball on the ground, we talk about defenses shifting over to certain players. He bends defenses till they break because he is that good of a 3-point shooter. And no matter what the situation is, no matter what the moment is, early in the shot clock, late in the shot clock, early in the game, late in the game, you give him the ball, he can drain a 3 for you. And so you have to respect that as an opponent. You have to respect that as a defense, and that frees that paint up for Ja, for Bane, for Jaren to go in there and do work.
Now, Sain, we had talked a lot about this here with Dylan Brooks, the offense, defense balance. Is defense enough for the offense? With Luke, it's the other way around.
Right.
Is his offense at this point, his scoring ability, his passing ability, at this point, is that enough to wait away any concerns for you when it comes to his defensive liabilities?
Yeah, I think it is. Of course, it depends on who you have him on the court with. If you got Jaren on the court, guys like that can kind of cover up some of his mistakes, I think it'll be fine. He's such a tremendous shooter, man. You're talking about a super high volume shooter who can hit 5, 6, 7 threes in the game like it's nothing. We've seen him shoot the ball in high volume at a high percentage. He gets his shot off almost effortlessly, it seems like. If he keeps that confidence, I'm looking forward to the Luke Kennard game in the playoffs, where he has a game where he goes off and we feel like he's the reason why we won that game. He's got all the tools to do that. We see so many guys like him have those big playoff moments, and I'm looking forward to seeing Luke Kennard coming up very soon.
The Grizzlies have a 2-game lead over the Kings for the 2 seed right now. Assuming they get the job done, first of all, so impressive after a much tougher Western Conference this year for them to potentially go around and get the 2 seed again. If they do capture it, they'll play the 7 seed, and that's whoever comes out of the play-in tournament. Taking a look look at that play-in picture. If the season ended today, the Pelicans and Lakers are the 7 and 8 seed. The Timberwolves and Thunder would battle in the 9-10 game, and the Dallas Mavericks out of the playoff picture entirely right now. The Mavs are just one game back, but they are sinking faster than a lead balloon right now. My question to you guys is, who do you want to see? Who would be best for the Grizzlies to take in a first-round playoff series? I'll start with you, Sain.
I think a good matchup would have to be the New Orleans Pelicans. They were without Zion Williamson. Brandon Ingram has been, carrying much of the load for them. We kind of match up pretty good with them. The guys get up for them. Ja really gets up for those guys. We had a little back and forth between those guys early in the season. This used to be a team used to match up against us very bad matchup. We had a lot of games struggling, losing to these guys. But over the years, here recently, we've really kind of figured them out, it seems like. I think that that's a team who's been very sporadic. And I think if we get them, especially with those first 2 games being at home, I think we could maybe put those guys away in 2 and kind of, break them a little bit. And I think that could be an easy first-round series for us if we got to New Orleans Pelicans.
CJ, I understand you have a different option.
I'm going to go off the board here just a little bit. I know they weren't up there on the 7, 8, 9, 10.
But there's only about 4 games between the 5 and the 11, so you're fine to include Clippers or Warriors. That's good, too.
Well, good, because I'm going to include the Warriors.
All right.
Who doesn't want to see that rivalry continue? Who doesn't want to see that? You got to get over that hump to be the man. You got to beat the man. That's what they say.
That's how it
and the
works.
Warriors are, as of right now, because they're the reigning champs, and they'll remind you of it. Look at Klay Thompson. He'll tell you all the time he got 4 of them. He got 4 rings. So, hey, you want to advance in the playoffs? You got some bad blood there? Go ahead and knock off the Warriors. I would love to see that just from an energy standpoint inside FedEx Forum. Also, while they are the Warriors that we know, love, and respect at home, they're closer to the Spurs, Rockets, and Pistons on the road. They don't have 10 wins on the road this season. I think they're at 9. The only teams with fewer road wins are the teams I just named. So, yeah, give me the Warriors.
They've been bad on the road when? During the regular season.
During the regular season.
Yeah, but the postseason, they're a different animal. That's why I'm concerned, because what is the absolute worst thing that could happen to end this Grizzly season is a loss in the playoffs in the first round of the Warriors.
Listen, 82 games is a grueling season, and it's a pretty good sample size. We got 41 games on the road of this Warriors team. So postseason, everything ramps up for everybody. I don't think it's going to be a magic fix for them at all. I don't think it's Andrew Wiggins. I don't think it's injuries. I don't think it's Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Steph Curry kind of coasting through the season. I don't think it's any of that. I truthfully think they are just a bad team on the road. And we've got close to 41 games now that show that.
Okay, so that's who you want. Who are you hoping to avoid in a first-round series for the Grizzlies?
Bring them all.
Bring anybody. Anybody.
It does not matter. Those teams are so flawed, severely flawed towards the bottom part of the West. If you can't get past the Pelicans or the Warriors or for some reason the Mavericks or somebody like that, then hey, you something drastically happened. Something drastically happened to keep you from taking care of business. When you think about, you brought it up, saying the Pelicans are wildly inconsistent. I talked about the Warriors and their issues. You mentioned the Mavericks, even with Kyrie and Luka, there's nobody else out there. They sacrifice so much depth. Is anybody super fearful of the Timberwolves? I'm not. I don't think so, especially with this team right here. So give me anybody. They should be able to handle whoever's in the first round.
Okay, Sain, I understand you have an actual team that you're hoping to avoid here.
Yeah, not for like a basketball reason, because I agree with everything CJ is saying. I think this Grizzlies team is better than all these teams at the bottom. I think those teams are there for a reason. There's one team that I'm concerned about, and that's the Lakers. And it's because you're going to get the LeBron James factor. You're going to get the bad foul calls. You're going to get... It's not going to be a split FedEx Forum. There will be a lot of Lakers fans at those games, in those playoff games. I don't want to deal with the drama that comes with playing the Lakers in the first round. I would love to put those guys out. They would be high on my pecking order of teams I'd love to put out in the first round. But because a lot of the drama, and I know the calls are going to be very bad against us, I don't want to see the Lakers first round at all.
Now, Anthony, we are in a big J journalism organization in this building here at ABC 24, so I've got to ask the hard questions, and I've got to press here a little bit. Sandy, 825, please. At 8:47 on Friday night, Anthony Sain tweeted, yeah, I want Lakers Grizz now. Look at that. Your response, the people deserve to know, Sain.
Man,
Which one is it?
It was late night. I don't know if you got a timestamp. I don't know what I was on. I think it was the Lakers were losing to somebody or they barely beat somebody.
That sounds about right.
Here's the thing, man. Like, I don't want to play those guys because of the drama, but like I said, I would love to put those dudes out first round, man, for sure. Because there's a lot of old demons. I remember young Anthony Sain buying power packs in the pyramid watching the Grizzlies. I remember it being a road game. I remember Laker fans taking over the arena. So I have a deep hatred for the Lakers that I haven't gotten over. But I don't want to see those dudes, man. But I love to put them out first round.
That's fair. Well, it is Sunday, so maybe you had a revelation.
Yeah, it might have been.
There you go. Hey, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Can't wait to see you come playoff time as well.
Thanks, man.
Well, coming up, one of the greatest Grizzlies of all time is getting the ultimate basketball honor. That's next on 901 Sports XL.